to evolve with today's threats. It's fast, lightweight protection that works across all my devices without slowing me down. If you need another reason to switch, get this. WebRoot Essentials recently ranked #1 in independent Passmark performance studies against 9 other brands, like Norton, McAfee, and even Microsoft Defender. The study found that WebRoot Essentials scans 6 times faster, uses far less memory, and takes up 33% less space on your computer. I've seen the difference WebRoot has made for my devices, and now you can too. My listeners get 62% off WebRoot Essentials at webroot.com/Kim. Get the #1 ranked antivirus protection for just $19 a year right now at webroot.com/Kim. Webroot.com/Kim. Go now while you're thinking about it. Webroot.com/Kim.
History is unfolding, and you're listening to it on News Talk 710 KURV, Edinburgh, McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville.
An even more intense bombardment in Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We're learning that the Israelis last night launched a new wave of strikes against the Iranian capital of Tehran using around 50 fighter jets.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, where Israel keeps shooting down missiles launched by Iran. He says these new strikes by Israel targeted
a bunker that Iran's former supreme leader had planned to use. We understand that he was above ground, actually, when he was killed over the weekend.
President Trump has been telling reporters he wants a say in whoever Iran chooses as the next leader, while he urges Iran's military and police to lay down their arms.
Now is the time to stand up for the Iranian people and help take back your country.
The president also says the U.S. keeps taking out Iran's air defenses and
their Navy is gone. 24 ships in 3 days. That's a lot of ships.
One of the ships hit was an Iranian drone carrier. This conflict keeps driving up costs for drivers. Oil is surging now above $86 a barrel. It was $65 a week ago. Gas is up again. AAA's national average for regular has surged up 33 cents in 4 days. Energy Secretary Chris Wright just told Fox it'll be temporary.
It's weeks, not months. And look, Iran has been an escalator of energy prices 47 years, the whole history of their regime.
Democrats are saying good riddance to Kristi Noem, who was fired as Homeland Security Secretary. As they keep holding up new DHS funding, demanding immigration enforcement reforms. Fox's Jackie Heinrichs at the White House.
We are told the president was not happy. A source close to him telling Fox it was time. Replacing Kristi was based on the culmination of her many unfortunate leadership mishaps, including the fallout in Minnesota, the $200 million ad campaign, the allegations of infidelity, the mismanagement of her staff, the constant feuding with the heads of other agencies, including CBP and ICE.
The president has picked Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen to replace Noem, but his Senate colleagues will have to confirm him as the next secretary. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Well, Democrats keep striking out, trying to limit President Trump's actions in Iran. First, the Senate rejected a war powers resolution, and then the House.
Members of the House debated the resolution Wednesday. Kentucky Republican Congressman Andy Barr argued the president didn't need congressional approval for the strikes being conducted in Iran.
The Commander-in-Chief Clause gives the president the exclusive power to command the military and operations approved by Congress.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries disagrees.
We believe that Donald Trump needed to get authorization for engaging in a war. He admits it's a war.
Republicans Thomas Massie and Warren Davidson voted with Democrats for the resolution. Democrats Henry Cuellar, Greg Landsman, Jared Golden, and Juan Vargas voted to reject it. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
A Florida man who was convicted for his role in the 2021 Capitol riot, then pardoned by President Trump, is going behind bars for good now. Andrew Johnson sentenced to life in prison after being convicted of molesting 2 children. Life in prison is also the sentence, in this case in Wisconsin.
18-year-old Nikita Kossop shot and killed his parents, Tatiana Kossop and Donald Mayer, and stole their money in order to fund his plan to assassinate President Trump with a bomb dropped from a drone. Investigators say Kossop lived with the decomposing bodies for 2 weeks before attempting to drive across the country. He was arrested in Kansas. At a sentencing hearing Thursday, Kossop tearfully expressed regret for his actions.
What I did was vile. What I did was thoughtless. What I did was wrong.
Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
We will get a job market update this hour, and economists expect there was a hiring slowdown last month from January, but the unemployment rate is predicted to remain the same at 4.3%. And on Wall Street, as oil prices keep surging, stock futures are down before the report in the morning after a big sell-off that had dragged it down almost 800 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Friday. It is March 6th, 2026, and you're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Thanks to all of you joining us on 710 AM radio. Thank you to the increasing many who are joining us at Radio Para Mi, the free app. You can listen on your smartphone at Radio Para Mi. We got a change in the forecast, and Bill Dager from AccuWeather on standby. Let's see if we can squeeze some moisture out of the sky tonight, tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. Appreciate you being with us. Military operations in Iran causing some stress at the pump, especially folks who need to fill up with diesel.
Energy prices have jumped pretty significantly, and diesel hit particularly hard here. Over the last week, AAA data shows diesel jumped some 40 cents in the last 7 days here. That's double what we saw for regular fuel. Diesel futures up 23% this week. And this is a blow to farmers and truckers who are some of the biggest diesel consumers and users. Many of them also dealing with tariff-induced slowdowns to their businesses and industry.
That's reporter Alicia Nieves at 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. This one from Brownsville, an automotive parts company, First Brands Group, is planning to lay off about 600 people in Brownsville, and they've sent notice to Texas Workforce Commission saying last day for many of these folks will be on April 30th. The company also announcing closure of a maquila on the Mexican side. State of Texas will become the first state to impose broad restrictions on certain foods that can be bought by food stamps, the Supplemental Nutrition Program.
About 3.3 million Texans who receive SNAP will no longer be able to use their Lone Star cards to purchase candy, gum, or sweetened drinks. The Texas Health and Human Services Commission issued a reminder to retailers and to recipients ahead of the deadline. The change follows a waiver approved by the U.S. Department of Agriculture in August of 2025, and it was authorized under Senate Bill 379, signed by the Texas legislature. The law bans SNAP purchases of drinks containing 5 grams or more of added sugar or any amount of artificial sweetener, as well as certain candied snacks such as nuts or raisins coated in chocolate, yogurt, or caramel.
That's reporter Jeff Burkett. From Google, an announcement of some sweeping changes to their App Store practices.
The tech giant said it would now enable mobile app developers to use their own billing systems alongside Google Play's and allow them to direct users to their own websites for purchases. The company is also making it easier for users to download and install third-party app stores on their Android devices. Google's policy overhaul will settle the company's years-long legal fight with Epic Games and bring back the popular game Fortnite to the company's app store worldwide. I'm Matt Mattinson.
And this one from Wendy's. They're launching an effort to hire a chief tasting officer. So Wendy's is looking to find someone who can share all their experience in eating those cheeseburgers and the chili and everything else. Share that online. So it's somebody who needs to be, that someone needs to be real savvy when it comes to posting online. Wendy officials saying that they want someone, this was the quote, a human mouth. Like, what else would it be? A pulse, opinions, creativity, and taste. See, that's where they get you, the creativity part. You got to be creative on that. How much does the gig pay? $100,000. You can sign up at chieftastingofficer.com is the website. Time is 7:09. It is AccuWeather time. And I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Martin Farm and Ranch has covered with feed, fencing, and more. Purina feed and fencing supplies at Martin Farm and Ranch. AccuWeather meteorologist Bill Dager joining us. And Bill, since we're changing meteorologists, well, maybe we could change the weather a little bit this week. What do you say, Bill?
Yeah, we're looking forward to probably some rain around the valley, it looks like, especially on Sunday. We even have a chance of a pop-up shower later today in one or two spots, another chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow. But yeah, we get a front closer to the area for tomorrow night and Sunday. That brings us the opportunity for some showers and storms. It'll hold the temperatures down for the second half of the weekend as well.
Nice.
But until then, we're looking at 90s again for today and tomorrow. We had to get back into the 90s.
It's unsettled weather. It's a cold front, right, that's crossing the nation's midsection. I mentioned all the way up there to the lakes down to San Antonio, Central Texas area, right? Looks like they might have some interesting rain in the next 24 plus hours. Up there.
Yeah, this is a big system. It's bringing probably one of the first widespread episodes of severe weather of the season. We had some tornadoes yesterday in Oklahoma, Kansas, the Texas Panhandle. Could see that again today. The front, these fronts, they get close to our area. They never really make it through, but it looks like it will bring us a drink of water for the second half of the weekend.
Yeah, that'd be real nice. So just heads up on that travel advisory. And very windy as a result of the unsettled weather in the area. Long range, maybe we can talk about this next hour. Just curious, the long range, 7-10 days out. Any colder weather for us? See, because around that time it would be spring break time for us, and usually a surprise like cold front and like cold weather for the kids running around in shorts.
It's not really looking that way, and we can go into more depth about this next hour. But yeah, it still looks like we're staying in the 90s long term with that front not making its way through.
All right, we have a long list of national stuff. Again, the AccuWeather forecast, highs will be 93-ish today, increasing clouds. Freddie, can you do me a huge favor? I'm sorry, I couldn't call it up over here. Take a look at the Brownsville radar real quick. See what's going on in the region. If you see anything north of us in ranch country right now, so we can report it, or near us. Let's see. And so 93-ish today and tomorrow. Starting tonight, as Bill said, maybe a pop-up thunder shower somewhere. It's a huge area, people. Okay, we have ranch country north of us all the way to where they're launching rockets here at Boca Chica. It's a huge area. So maybe we'll see a thunder shower somewhere, the tail end of all that energy north of us. And thunder shower chance, small one tomorrow, and hopefully Sunday with some cloud cover. So that's your AccuWeather forecast. On this, let's see, who do we celebrate today? We celebrate our dentist. Let's see here. We celebrate. It's National Speech and Debate Day. And you know how I win all the debates, Freddie?
Yeah, you just never shut up.
Filibuster. Yeah, that's a good idea. No, actually, I have a bag of frozen food next to him. I throw it right in his face. That ends everything. They call the cops. Let's see. Today we celebrate Oreo cookies as well. All right, Bill. We'll call you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Bill Dager on 710 KURV. The time is 7:13. Stick around, and you know what? We probably should pay some bills right now, because I know I had a long conversation with Brownsville Economic Development Program now for KURV. And the 9 o'clock hour, 9 to 11, the Sergio Show. I'll be on the road, down the road, in fact, at the McAllen Convention Center. It is day one of Mixlan, that awesome festival at the campus at the McAllen Convention Center. It's celebrating our region's food and music and art and dance. It's a lot of fun for the family. It starts today with an economic summit. And that's the plan. I'll be there 9 to 11 at the Convention Center this morning, so hope you can join us on the Sergio Show for that. Up next, the conversation with Brownsville Economic Development. Our city of Brownsville, our ports, the coast, that is the driver of the South Texas economy at present, the economic engine of South Texas. A conversation with the director of EDC for Brownsville, next on 710 KURV.
Hair volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy.
Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.care.com.
When it comes to livestock fencing, the folks at Martin Farm and Ranch believe that if you do it right, then you only do it once, which means by utilizing high-quality materials like Stay Tough fence products and Martin's expertise in fence building, you'll get exactly what you need to keep them in or keep them out. High tensile wire like Stay Tough allows you to build your fence using less materials and labor. So for your next fence project,
come see us at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply in Edinburgh. Just look for the horse.
News Talk 710 KURV reminds you it's time to spring forward. Set your clocks forward 1 hour at bedtime Saturday night.
Thank you for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. This radio station is home to Houston Astros play-by-play again. Go Astros. So game one, the season opener, will be at home. And I'm looking forward, see if we can flip the switch. It's an afternoon game on March 26th against the Angels. Astros baseball exclusively on News Talk 710 KURV weeknights and weekends. Economic happenings in South Texas. Man, seems like we're firing on all cylinders. And 2026 promises to be an amazing year when it comes to industry announcements, job creation in the area. Of course, we keep hearing that we're just a few days away, maybe a couple of weeks away from that big splash announcement in McAllen, for example, new manufacturer and very high-paying jobs, like $80, $90 an hour jobs around here. We hear good things in the Mid-Valley. Got an update from Harlingen. We'll share that conversation with you in a couple of days. And, of course, the leader and the engine of the RGV economy is Brownsville, or RGV Port of Brownsville, SpaceX, the Tier 1 industries that are coming to the area. Gilbert Salinas with Brownsville Economic Development. That's the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation. Gilbert, welcome back to the program. Morning. I think we need to start with SpaceX, brother, because they're like teenagers. At age 12 or 13, they're like, you look at them again, they're like a foot taller the next day. So let's get an update. What's going on with SpaceX? Acre feet, square feet, all that stuff. Yeah.
And thank you, Sergio, for having us on your show. And I love that example. By the way, I'm going to use that. That's exactly what it is, right? They're kind of like teenagers, and every time you go and knock on their door, go into the room, you see them, and they're a few inches bigger. So they're at well over 4,000 employees right now. It wouldn't surprise me they're already at the 5,000 mark. I know that by end of year or within the next 12 months, they'll be at somewhere between 7,000 to 8,000 employees, just because of the demand that they have, the growth, and obviously the launch manifest that they have, and then everything that they're working on right now. So we're going into yet a whole different times now, because if, for instance, last year they told us that they might be growing by 3,000 to 4,000 employees. This is where we're at right now. They've already grown by another 1,000. It's like, who doesn't want that, right? Imagine the impact that it's having in our local economy, the economic impact, because that to us, it's like a brand new 3,000 to 4,000 person operation, except the company's already here. So SpaceX is doing a phenomenal job with that. And what's interesting, I was just telling this to somebody the other day, our housing. I mean, we've got about almost 30 subdivisions that are under construction. We just flew in yesterday, and you can see all these new houses that are popping up all over town. Nice. And Harlingen is seeing a lot of this growth as well. Some of the even smaller cities like La Feria, Santa Rosa, they're reporting higher sales tax revenues. They're reporting higher, their housing demand is increasing. that's because of a project like SpaceX, in addition to the LNGs, is drawing a lot of people from really from the entire valley.
Gilbert Salinas, Director of Economic Development Efforts for our city of Brownsville, the economic engine of South Texas. Amazing things happening. We're focusing on SpaceX right now. How the campus, I know Elon Musk wanted to do housing and, of course, expand the square footage of the Gigafactory and all that. Have you seen it lately? I mean, how big is the campus and the update on that? You know, they wanted to put something on the river, like a little river restaurants and things like that. I guess for their people there on the campus.
Yeah, they're working on actually on all the above, everything that you just mentioned. So they're doing some kind of a not necessarily a mall, but a little like a lifestyle type of center, which will have retail and some of that, from what I can gather, is going to be open to the public. It's going to have a Tesla diner, and that one's going to be open to the public, so you can take your family out there. And Tesla diner, this will be the second one. The original one is in LA, and again, it'll have a nice space theme to it. And then housing, they're developing housing out there. I know we hear there's different contractors now moving into town, because of the housing opportunities, construction wise, not just out at Starbase, but also in the Brownsville area. And then the actual rocket factory and the launch pad, there's always construction there, but they are building the Gigabay, and that is currently under construction. And that facility, it's a $600+ million facility, and that is going to house, store 24 of the Starship rockets. Because remember, this is their workhorse as far as manufacturing. This is where they are building the Starship rocket. Not that all of those are going to be launched here, but a lot of those are going to be for export. And so from here through our port, they'll be exporting that to different parts of the U.S. So again, that's true economic development as far as using your local workforce, building something and for export. So, and that one building, that the Gigabay, because the two big buildings you see, those are the mega bays out there. The Gigabay is going to be larger than, I think it's called the UAV building. It's the whenever you see like space movies or sci-fi movies, and Cape Canaveral, you see that large building they used to house the Artemis rocket and the space shuttle.
Yeah, okay.
NASA flag and the U.S. flag.
Mm-hmm.
This building is going to be bigger than that one.
Amazing.
And that building, by volume, the one in Florida, is the largest building in the world. So the fact that this one's going to be bigger, we can officially say the largest building in the world by volume is under construction here in the Brownsville area.
Okay, people, take a second, pinch yourself. This is the real Grand Valley we're talking about. This is Brownsville we're talking about. Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. Gilbert Salinas, Economic Development for Brownsville. Before, I know there's other big stuff. Real quick, like in 30 seconds, panels, materials, beams, lifts, generators, everything that goes into that massive facility and other construction at the port. Like, where do we find that? Is that being trucked in? Is it coming in through the Intercoastal Waterway? Because that's a lot of material to build for SpaceX and then nearby for LNG and everything else that's taking place nearby.
And remember, it's not one LNG, it's two LNG plants. The one you see out there is just the first one. There's still a second plant by a different company that's going to be under construction. So it's coming in from all different places, definitely through the port. A lot of trucks that are coming into our community and through our town with materials. And then, like I mentioned right now, contractors. You are getting a lot of suppliers. Usually you've got the SpaceXs of the world up here, right? And you have your tier 1 suppliers, then tier 2, tier 3s that supply.
Okay.
And then your vendors and ancillary businesses. So we're getting a lot of your suppliers, but then also a lot of the vendors and contractors are moving into the area. And I know like our rental market it's through the roof right now, no pun intended, but just because of the people that are moving in. I think the latest stat that we had is for every one person that leaves Brownsville, 3 are moving in. And that has never, ever happened in at least since I can remember. And I'm a dinosaur. I've been around a while.
Project Alpha, update on that.
So that is a obviously can't say much about it. That is a project that's being that's at the Port of Brownsville, being driven by them. Both ourselves and Cameron County are supporting where we can on that project, working as a team. In addition to the governor's office, and that is, I'd like to say that we thought we had seen it all with SpaceX and with the LNG plants, but no, now comes this third massive transformational project, which is actually generational as far as its impact, and it's $3+ billion in capital investment. But here's the kicker: it's 10,000 jobs over the next 10 years. So we actually just met with the company this week again, as we have been meeting with them lately, and we're hopeful that an announcement might be made here sometime in the next 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
And the one thing that I will say is that again, we're going to have more people moving in, and there's going to be more opportunities for our local people, but because of what they do, which is, it's defense, it's advanced manufacturing, it's tech, it's AI. This, not just Brownsville, but this region, the Rio Grande Valley, is quickly now becoming, there's an opportunity for us to now become the capital of space and defense.
That's amazing.
Let me repeat that.
Yeah.
The capital of space and defense.
That is mind blowing.
Who can say that?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So that's what this project now.
Yeah.
Is that we have energy, we have space. AI is a huge component of everything that's happening right now. So we're quickly becoming that. So using that as a segue to regionalism.
Yes, sir.
We just met with, we met with the Hidalgo County judge a few months ago, and actually it was over the holidays. And as we were working this project, we said, Judge, we're going to need, we need some help. We need some help because, and we're not embarrassed or ashamed to ask for help. We need help because this project is transformational and it's going to require everybody in the Valley to come in and help us with it. So whether the announcement is made or not, and we're hopeful that it is, then the real job begins. Let's just say they say, okay, we're coming down to Brownsville. Now you're talking about the suppliers and the workforce. That's where the real work begins. So this is going to draw from all the way from the San Antonio and Austin area. But I'm selfish. I want everybody within our 4-county region to get those opportunities first.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. It's not a handout, but an opportunity at a very good paying job. Or if you're a small business owner, a vendor, or a supplier, here's your opportunity. In addition to doing work for a SpaceX or the LNGs that we have here. And I think we had about, I'd say about 20 of the EDCs that were there from throughout the Valley. And we kind of said, here's where all these projects are at, but here's where this one project is at. We need your help. And sure enough, afterward, we had some very good discussions. They reached out because there's opportunities for them as well. And remember, some of these suppliers, like we've seen with SpaceX, which we might be making an announcement very soon in the next 30 days, another tier 1 supplier for SpaceX, about 400 jobs, 300,000 square feet of space, another $100+ million. That's a supplier. So this company coming in, that's what I was trying to drive home with the different EDCs, is those are suppliers for you guys.
Yeah.
$100-200 million operations with 400 to 500 jobs. So there was a lot of excitement in the room, and I think for the first time in a long time, I could say like everybody was there and said, "All right, all hands on deck. Let's make this place. Let's start calling ourselves the capital of space and defense."
And we would need to put the synergy that we actually see now. For example, and I'll go back to what McAllen is about to announce. They have been training with South Texas College, just as an example. They've been training for a while. The folks that might be on the ground, hit the ground running, and they will be hiring these people. So I would imagined that we would see, and thankfully, we do have that synergy. We just need to put it on steroids so that either the Texas Southmost College or University, UTRGV, and TSTC and A&M with that training center, that we maybe, or I don't know what the skill set is. Maybe get a 12 or 24-month path at high schools, so that our kids, our families, can take in those jobs and provide the manpower for those jobs. If we do get that defense-related shipbuilder down here, which I think it's going to happen. It has to happen. In a comment with the chief over at the port, America is way behind China when it comes to putting ships in the water. We got to catch up for national security reasons. Those are jobs that must happen for self-defense. So I everything's pointing in the right direction for this thing.
Yeah, I think, without getting too much into the geopolitics, I think the last time we saw the United States crank out all these different kinds of ships was 1945. And other countries have, stepped up their production. So there is a huge need right now, and somewhat a sense of urgency as well. So,
yes,
and if it means it gets built in Brownsville, Texas, then we'll get it done.
Hey, I got an idea for our next broadcast, Lord willing, if we get a chance to go down to Brownsville and chat with you for a while with some of the other leaders in the area. I described SpaceX as a teenager. You look at them the following morning, they grew a couple of inches. Like, well, I don't think we did a quinceañera for no, we should cater, get some cake, put some tables out there. Just, hey, what are you guys doing? Yeah, we're celebrating quinceañera because we missed it, and bring a dress and say we can.
That's a good one, Sergio. Good one.
I just silly. All right, a continued success, Gilbert. Thank you for joining us today.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm going to interrupt. Talking about quinceañeras.
Yeah.
Exactly today, it's my son's birthday. 15 years ago today, I got the phone call.
Quinceañero. He's a quinceañero today. Oh, happy birthday.
No. SpaceX. I got the call 15 years ago today. 15 years ago for about the project.
I thought you were talking about your son. Oh, today, 15 years ago is when you got the call.
Exactly.
Well, okay.
Like I said, I always worry you're looking at my notes.
well, that's we definitely need to do that part again. Yeah. I'm always a big fan of cake. Yeah. Let's do it. All right. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
And go get him. And your success will be our success. Thank you, Gilbert. Gilbert Salinas is Director of Economic Development for Brownsville. Well, I totally botched that special announcement at the end. Okay. Clarification. Okay. Quinceañera. The quinceañero is SpaceX. 15 years to the day. Today, Friday, March 6th. Economic Development Office in Brownsville. Gilbert Salinas got the call from SpaceX. We're coming. That's it. We choose you, right? The thing is, it happened on Gilbert's son's birthday, who today is also 24. So there you go. Happy birthday to Gilbert's boy. Time is 32 minutes after the hour. This is the morning news on Newstalk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. We'll take a look at sports up next.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call on the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
On behalf of Mark and Carla McCaleb, the McCaleb clan, Weslaco, Texas, McCaleb Funeral Home, 60 plus years. And during that time of, separation and stress, when the Lord calls someone home, it's time for the family to get together. At McCaleb Funeral Home, they have a unique and very special, very loving, very caring, very creative way to celebrate a beautiful life. So think about that. Now, the reason I speak on behalf of Mark and Carla McCaleb is for you to call them. Something that would make things a lot easier. And I'm speaking from experience. When that separation comes, It's best for things to have been decided already. So that way everybody knows the wishes of that loved one. So pre-plan, prepay. Mark and Carla McCaleb can help you get all that set up. In fact, I'm going to give you Carla's personal cell number for you to text or call and say, hey, can you please come over to my office in Brownsville or my home in Harlingen, wherever they can meet you. They go to you. Somebody from the McCaleb clan will go to you. Sit down, pre-plan. Let's look at all these questions, all these things that need to be prepared now, and then set up for prepayment. There you go. Put it on the shelf. Wait on the Lord. Very loving thing to do for your immediate family members. Here's Carla's personal number. Call or text her for that appointment, 956-650-2841.
Coming up after the Valley's Morning News, stay tuned for the Sergio Show starting at 9, followed by the Day in the Last Show at 11 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potami app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
Cooper Flagg returned to the floor for the Dallas Mavericks last night as they dropped their battle with the Orlando Magic 115-114. The Mavs led by 1 in the final 8 seconds, but Wendell Carter Jr. hit the game-winning dunk for Orlando. The San Antonio Spurs took the lead early against the Detroit Pistons and held on for the win 121-106. The Pistons used a 10-3 run in the third quarter to cut the Spurs' lead down to 8 going into the fourth, but the Spurs pulled away again to sweep the season series against the Pistons, who lead the East. Victor Wembanyama led the box score with 38 points and 16 rebounds. The Houston Rockets forced overtime against the Golden State Warriors last night, but couldn't get the win. Final score 115-113. The second half was a roller coaster as both teams combined for 65 points in the third, followed by just 39 in the fourth. Golden State led by 2 in the final 30 seconds of regulation, but Alperen Sengun hit the 6-foot shot to send the game to OT. The Warriors got up to a 5-point lead in the last 2 minutes, and that was enough to keep Houston out of reach. Next up, the Rockets stay at home tonight to take on the Portland Trail Blazers, who beat Houston in their last 2 meetings. Tip-off is set for 7 tonight from the Toyota Center with coverage on Space City Home Network. With your TSN Sports Minute, I'm Jet Nelson.
AccuWeather says, highs today, like yesterday, low 90s, low to mid 90s today and tomorrow. Now, the only big difference is a slightly increasing chance of a pop-up thunder shower somewhere. Don't get too excited now. It's a massive region we're talking about. From the lake, range country north of us, like Inenia, all the way to the beach, okay? But somewhere we might see some rain because there will be a lot of rain and thunderstorm and nasty spring-like thunderstorm activity. Central Texas, San Antonio over to Dallas in the nation's midsection. So take a look on radar every now and then, see what's going on. So we got a 20% chance of rain tonight, going into tomorrow. Hopefully a better chance by Sunday, and by Sunday highs in the 80s with all the cloud cover. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Let's see if they've updated these numbers. So if you're headed back to the McAllen Mission Edinburgh area, 45 minutes at all 3 bridges. And if you're headed back to Brownsville, let's see what's going on for Brownsville. B&M and Gateway, 45 minutes, 30 at Los Indios, south of Harlingen, and Veterans at 15 to 20 at Brownsville. And stick around just under 10 minutes from now. There's it's a Disney movie, right, Freddie? What's the name of it? Hoppers, right? Hoppers, yeah. Looks pretty good, at least on the commercials. What does movie mom Nell Minow say about that new Disney movie, Disney Pixar movie, I believe that's at the movie theater this weekend. Movie mom Nell Minow coming up at about 15 minutes to the hour. The morning news on Newstalk 710 KURV. I'm very, very proud to represent an outfit, a company of excellence, Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing, godly people they're very, very happy to remind you that their values are rooted deep in faith in Christ, in ethical behavior, honest work. You call Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, you're not only getting the best, highly trained in safety, by the way. That's the whole thing about Chamberlain. I learned this a few weeks back. I had a podcast with the chief, the director of safety protocol and training. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, man, they invest big time in their people. Very happy employees, highly trained in multiple strata, multiple certifications on saving. I want you to know this because when you call Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing for a project, I hope after you meet them for free, because they can do a free inspection of your commercial roofing systems to see if is everything okay. But when you hire them in the future, you've got not only the highest trained individuals on all those roofing systems and waterproofing systems and services, but also highly trained in safety, protect themselves and protect you from having to call the insurance company. So trust Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing with that commercial roofing project of yours. Again, it all starts with a free inspection of all your systems. I'm not kidding. It's a free inspection. Get them over there, those highly trained individuals at Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing at 956-655-6178.
If you've got land to work, you need equipment that works. When it's time to cut, clear, grade, haul, or build, you don't need toys. You need real equipment. At Tops Power, we've got the machines to tame your yard, your acreage, or run your landscape business. Looking for a tractor that works as hard as you do? Mahindra tractors deliver unmatched power, precision, and reliability. From hauling and mowing to loader work and property projects. Or need a utility vehicle that's tough enough for anything you throw at it? Roxor is built rugged, off-road ready, and engineered for heavy-duty hauling, towing, and getting through the roughest terrain. With Mahindra and Roxor, your land doesn't stand a chance because you've got machines that can keep up with you. And when the job's done, Tops Power has your back with expert service, factory-trained techs, fast turnaround, and a service department that keeps your equipment running season after season. Tops Power on Tyler Avenue in downtown Harlingen, or click topspower.com. Tops Power, Tacuache tough.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Oil prices are sharply higher by more than 4% as traders monitor the U.S.-Iran conflict. West Texas Intermediate currently sitting at $86.35 per barrel. Brent currently sitting at $89.38 per barrel. These are the highest numbers since 2024. Shipping giant Maersk said it had temporarily suspended 2 services linking the Middle East to Asia and Europe due to the escalating war in the Middle East. The update comes as the Iran war enters its 7th day today and as the regional conflict continues to disrupt global supply chains. Shares of Maersk were trading lower upon the news. The Bureau of Labor Statistics will release the February non-farm payrolls report today. Economists expect growth of 50,000 and a stable unemployment rate at 4.3%. The jobs picture continues to be of a low-hire, low-fire climate. Data drops in 10 minutes. Futures are moderately lower as Wall Street heads for its worst week since October. Thursday, the Dow Industrials lost 784. That's Your Money Now.
Your 710 KURV exclusive AccuWeather forecast. So it should be low to mid 90s today, just like yesterday. And very windy. Winds up to 30 miles per hour today. And windy tomorrow. With same thing, like highs in the low to mid 90s tomorrow. Overnight in the mid 70s. And that's where we are, mid 70s. And we have an increasing chance of a pop-up thunder shower somewhere in this massive region of deep South Texas. So if it doesn't happen over you, it might happen over ranch country just north of us. Today, that's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Sunday, hopefully, is the better chance of rain somewhere. Your station for AccuWeather, News Talk 710 KURV. Stick around. We got a new Disney movie for the Huercos, the babies, at the box office. Is it any good? Let's see what movie mom Nel Meno has to say in about 3 minutes. So join us here on 710 KURV. I love El Pato. You know me. I love representing excellence. And I'm so blessed that El Pato's been with us so many years. It's Cuaresma time. It's Lent season. And if you're observing Lent today, well, the nopalitos are back. And I love nopal. I love nopalitos with egg. In fact, sometimes, every now and then, in fact, it was this week. I don't know if Delia put some nopalitos because I know she and my oldest boy had some. I think they did nopalitos with egg. That becomes like a great dinner option. Look, right now at El Pato, nopalitos with egg patos. I mean, I can just taste them now with that red salsita that they provide at El Pato. The flour tortilla fresh off the skillet. You put, you mix the scrambled egg with some nopalitos and the red sauce. I can just taste them now. Or later, nopalitos with egg in a plate. Get the rice, the beans, or potatoes as well. Salmon patty plates, if you just want a little something lighter, the salmon patty by itself. Fish tacos as well. So enjoy all the wonderful Lent specials. It's a beautiful tradition. at all El Pato restaurants. The big special, by the way, all the time for lunch and dinner, enchiladas verdes, the spicy, beautiful green, the tomatillo sauce, enchiladas verdes, rice and beans, and the drink, and amazing, $6.99 at every El Pato restaurant.
Jay Gonzalez, the Valley's top lawyer with over 20 years of experience. Jay Gonzalez is simply the best. If you've been injured in a crash, call 1-800-CAR-CRASH today.
As your one local trusted partner for nearly a century, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas ensures the widest access to the best affordable care, where you need it, when you need it. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, offering a constellation of healthcare services where you're always the stars.
Looking for the right machine to get the job done? ASCO and Case Construction is backed by decades of experience and a full lineup of equipment, from light to heavy. Right now, our compact track loaders and excavators are moving fast. And with ASCO, you get the support and expertise to keep your operation running. Don't settle for less. Get the machines that get the work done. Visit your local ASCO dealership today or visit ASCOEQ.com and see the full equipment lineup for yourself. ASCO and Case Construction, built to work, built to last.
With Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, you can believe in a world of wellness. As you move forward on your health and wellness journey, count on a bond that forever keeps us in the center of trust. Blue Cross and you. Together, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas. Through it all.
News and information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It is the pulse of the 956 News Talk 710 KURV. And we invite you to join us on YouTube Live and X Live, Facebook Live, especially 7 o'clock hour with morning news. It's a good primer. Get some headlines that you go through the deep dive and stuff that you find interesting. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Bill Dager. Changing up the weather a little bit. Going to be windy and hot, low 90s, mid 90s, but increasing chance of a thunder shower somewhere in this vast South Texas region, so watch for it. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. It's day 7 of the war with Iran. The U.S. Navy deploying laser technology to destroy Iranian drones.
The Odin blinds drones, firing an infrared beam that overwhelms drone sensors, causing it to crash or fail. At least 2 destroyers in epic fury that are equipped with the Odin. Now, the Helios is a high-energy laser beam with a high-powered sensor that tracks, blows up drones and missiles in the air by igniting the fuel.
Fox's Brian Yedison, London. The price of gas up 33 cents in the past 4 days since the war broke out. But
it's weeks, not months. And look, Iran has been an escalator of energy prices 47 years, the whole history of their regime.
That's Energy Secretary Chris Wright on Fox and Friends saying it will be temporary. America's listening to Fox News.
And a quick note for South Texas, some local folks got a chance to see a field hearing for the Texas Supreme Court. They were in Edinburgh, UTRGV. One of the cases they heard involved the closure of Boca Chica Beach during SpaceX launches. It's a Friday, and here we go. All of a sudden, this show becomes so beautiful. We got Mom Nell Minow, movie mom Nell Minow joining us. And for your movie babies, your movie grandkids, Noah and Elam. So I understand you got a new Disney, Disney Pixar, right? Cartoon
Pixar
for the babies. Okay, Hoppers. So did you like it?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was just terrific. It's about a young woman. She's about 19 years old. She's in college. We get a little glimpse of her as a child. She's very devoted to nature and animals. And when the mayor, played by John Hamm, wants to build a highway through her favorite nature preserve, she's not happy about it. And so her professor in college has figured out a way to put your brain into a robot animal that can go and hang out with the other animals. She says, oh, like Avatar. And the professor says, nothing like Avatar. It's like Avatar. But okay, fine. We go with it. What a voice talent in this movie. Miss Meryl Streep as the insect queen. A bunch of Saturday Night Live alumni, including Bobby Moynihan as the King of the Beavers. It is fast. It is funny. It is heartwarming. One thing that I love is a message that we don't often see in movies for kids, which is that anger sometimes makes you feel like you're strong, but really it comes from a place of fear and not problem solving. And I love that message. And it's a lovely story. Now, parents of the youngest kids I do want to warn you that not every character makes it to the end of the movie. One of the reasons this girl is so angry is that she's lost her grandmother. She's very sad about that. But it's handled, I thought, very, very well. So, yeah, I
Excellent.
loved it. And you do need to stay through the end of the credits
Okay.
for an extra scene.
And as the case is with these movies, they're tailored. They make them for adults because it's the adults that pick up on all the comedies and jokes and
That's what Chuck Jones, who ran the outfit that did Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and all that. That's what he said. They said, "Are you making these for adults or children?" He said, "We're making them for us. Whatever makes us laugh is what we want to put in there." Okay, the other end of the spectrum, not a family movie in any way, is The Bride. Now, you may remember in the classic movie Bride of Frankenstein, the bride is only on screen for about a minute and she doesn't get to say anything. This is the feminist bride. This is set in Chicago in the 1930s. Jessie Buckley, who's about to get the Oscar next week for Hamnet, plays the bride, and she's got a lot of feelings about being brought back to life and told that she's got to marry the Frankenstein monster. Maggie Gyllenhaal wrote and directed, and in the movie are her husband, Peter Sarsgaard, her brother, Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's like a wild fever dream. Don't try to make it too much sense.
Is there a wedding and then a reception? Does the bride get to throw like a bouquet
Let me put it this way. If there was a wedding, they'd be smashing a lot of cake into each other's faces.
Ooh, cake.
All right. Now, Hamnet, which I just mentioned, is now streaming on Peacock. And we got 2 new series. We've got Young Sherlock, about the young Sherlock Holmes in college at Oxford, and Amazon Prime, and Rooster with Steve Carell as a professor. His daughter's getting a divorce. He wants to help. He gets in the way, et cetera, et cetera. Next week, a weepy Colleen Hoover. But I got to tell you, I've seen it already. I am so excited to talk to you about the new Ryan Gosling movie, Project Hail Mary. It is mind-blowing. It's absolutely great.
All right. Freddie's going, yes. He's going to tell me during the commercial break. All right, Mom. Hugging a kiss to you and Movie Dad. Thank you for joining us again. That's Movie Mom Nell Minow every Friday on 710 KURV.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile-long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the 2nd generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us